Hello everyone, it's Della DuLac. Today we've got a very special paper pumpkin from September 2021 called Haunts and Harvest. I just love this kit. It was so much fun to do. Cutest little pumpkins in here. When you sign up for Paper Pumpkin, you always get a clear block to use with the stamp sets that come in your kit. This was really fun to do. I love the little pumpkins, and you can make them into little jack-o'-lanterns or leave them as little pumpkins. And this kit, with this kit, you also have a bonus project that you can create with the box. And this really fun craft colored tissue paper comes in this one that we'll use. You can see when you take everything out, you can see that there are some lines in here that you can cut all of these pieces out. We'll come back to that a little bit later. But in the meantime, we have all of these fun little alternatives that I have created with this kit. With the diagram, it shows you how to put these little pumpkins together. Very cute. When you put them together, they look like this. Really adorable. I just love them. And I'm going to leave mine as just pumpkins and use with the little special project that you create with the box. Here's the little stamp set. It's got some leaves and a few little greetings to use, like Happy Halloween, You're a Blessing, Hey There Pumpkin, a little thank you. Very cute. Love that. But here are the pieces, what they look like before you put them together as little pumpkins. And you can cut these pieces apart, and we're going to use some different punches to make some different projects with them. You get 12 pumpkins to create in that kit. And here are the little adhesives that you use to put them together. It comes with some tags. It's kind of hard to see the black, but here are the faces that you can use. Little sticker sheet of faces that you can use for the jack-o'-lanterns. This is for the bonus project. It has some leaves. A little hard to see while they're in this sheet. There we go. But when you punch all of these leaves out, again, and especially when you use the tags too, whenever you punch any of these things out, you can see that they have these little paper nubs on there. And I keep telling you guys that you need to have an emery board handy. I hope you're listening. And just rub all those little paper nubs off, and you'll have some nice clean tags to use on your projects. Same with the little leaves. You'll get some tiny little paper nubs. Sometimes they're not very noticeable, but if they are, you can just take your little emery board and clean those right up so they're ready for your stamping project. So let's move some of these pieces out of the way. These are so cute. I just love these pumpkins. Very, very cute. You can use these for your little vines. Here is one of the cards that I have created. So I better bring one of these back because I'm going to be referring to these. So I cut 3 of these apart, and I trimmed them and just kind of rounded them up and pieced them together to make one big pumpkin. And then I took each of these panels. When I cut them apart, I used the oval punch. I love the little scalloped one because it created some really cute kind of textured pumpkins. So I've punched one out of each of the pumpkin sides here. You can have a different print. Trying to find this one. Here we go. So you've got this print and this print. When you turn it over, you've got the green on one side, and this one has this green on this side, which is what I used here. And you could just take I took a embossing folder that I had, And then the pumpkin I did on the inside, I knew we weren't going to see the bottom part of that back green pumpkin, so I cut it off, flipped it upside down, and added another little scrap of espresso paper for the little stems. Super cute. I pick you every time. That can apply to a lot of these cards, actually. This one here I've used with the strawberry punch. So I've cut the panel on the red one, and it's a little speckled. It almost looked like seeds to me. So I have cut a panel like this, and you can get 2 strawberries out of one panel if you cut it in half, and then just use a little piece of sticky note to hold that while you put that in to line it up and punch that, and then you can get 2 strawberries out of that. Great way to use up some of that extra little pieces. And again, with the little leaf here, or the stem part, you just use every little piece of your paper. Some of these I don't even have a whole one, so like this strawberry here I just used on the edge of one that I didn't have room to make a whole strawberry, and I just tucked that right underneath there, and you would never know. Same with the leaves. They're not whole leaves. I just made sure I could cut out enough of the leaf that was going to be showing, added another retired embossing folder, but looked super cute with that, and another little strawberry on the inside with a partial strawberry underneath. You would never know it's not a whole strawberry. Very cute. And it works really well. I loved the leaves from, there were 2 different kinds of leaves out of the sheets here. So you've got that one and this one here. I thought worked really well with the daisy punch. And this is the little center from the strawberry. That little flower strawberry works pretty good as a center up for the daisies. And then of course you have to have stuff on the inside of your card, so I've got a half a daisy here with another little leaf. And this one here, I just used some scrap pumpkin pie paper, and here is some more of that tissue paper from the box. You can use that little faces to make a Happy Halloween card. And this is the bottom of the boxes, so I've cut all of those off. Here we go, find a whole one here. So I've cut this little piece right here and used some of the note-sized cards and flipped a few of these over so you could see some of each color. And I wanted a large greeting that would kind of fill that empty space. And then when you flip it over on the inside, these are the little tabs right here. So I've cut all of these off and then just flipped them over, so I'd have a few of the different colors and prints from the front. You can put that on the inside. And then here you're using the negative space after you've punched out all of your leaves. Again, with another little embossing folder underneath and a tag, a little scrap of ribbon, more leaves on the inside. Super cute, very quick card. Again, same thing, but I have stamped the little leaves through that remaining piece here. Added a couple little rhinestones and a birthday, a couple leaves on the inside. Very cute. And then when you're all done with all the parts from your kit and you're left with only your stamps, pull out some of your old colors or other colors and just do some leaves for the stamping. And of course the inside. Now this one was thinking outside of the box, quite literally. I don't know about you, but when I first saw this, the vine part of this leaf, it looked like a snowflake to me. So I've turned it into a snowflake. I'll show you how I did this one here. Let's move some of these out of the way. And we'll find my blue. This is the balmy blue. Let's move these. Okay, So I've got one started right here, and I've done this part already with the Night of Navy. So now we're going to take that in the Balmy Blue, and we're going to line this one up. We're overlapping. So you can overlap in each of those missing parts here from the snowflake, and there you've got a nice large snowflake like I did right here. And then when I went around the edge, I made sure that the bottom part of that leaf with the stem was off. So you can still see it a little bit in a couple little spots, but most of it you just see that top part. I got a little bit carried away over here. I wish I had moved this larger snowflake over because it's kind of getting a little bit lost right here. But with this one here, I can finish this and just have a little bit showing, and then do a greeting down here at the bottom. And then I put a little rhinestone in the middle, so if they don't all touch, like this one here, you can tell it doesn't all quite meet in the middle. When you put a rhinestone in the center, you're not going to notice. And then a couple little more over here. Made a really cute, very cute winter card. And then again, I've got some stamped along the edges on the inside of the card as well. Very cute, very fun set. Okay, through magic of TV, I have cut out all of my parts for the bonus project. It's going to be a wheelbarrow. So very cute. So you have two pieces for, I don't know, the underside of it, the little railings. So you have two of these pieces that you're going to glue together. And I'm using some tear tape to put these two pieces together. So let's slide these over for a minute so we can get these going. I've got one piece already on here. So we'll pull this off and this one off. And I want just another little piece just to make sure that it's really secure and really stuck on there. So I'm going to do another piece all the way down, very close to the other edge. Get that on there. And on the little stand part, leg. Okay, we'll peel this one off. Get a hold of that. There we go. Okay, and then we'll glue this one down. I want to make sure that those legs are lined up really well first. Once this is stuck, it's pretty much stuck. Okay. There we go. So there's one. I'm going to do this one real quick. Okay, now I have both of my pieces, my little handle pieces, glued together. And a good thing to check, and I'm glad that I did, when I got them both together, I wanted to make sure that they were the same size, and one was just a tiny bit longer for some reason. So make sure that you put them together, and you can just kind of trim the edge just to make sure that they're the same length, because I think that'll make a difference when you put it together. So I've got these all ready to go. Now we'll move on to this piece right here. It will become our, I think I need it the other way around. Here we go. Helps when you have it all laid out the right way. Okay, So now we're going to take our little pieces here. I've got one of these already on my wheel because I wanted to make sure that I'm getting them lined up right. So I'm going to take off this one. And you could use those little triangle pieces that are left over for another project. Okay, I want them to be lined up pretty close. So just get that on there really well. Okay, now there is not a black piece to go around your wheel. So what I thought I would do is take a Sharpie, and then we can just color the edge of our wheel so it kind of blends in. So I'm going to take a second to do that. Okay, I have gone around the edge of the wheel all the way around with a black Sharpie. It looks much cleaner. And before I did that, I forgot to mention that I took my emery board and I smoothed out my wheel before I put this on. It was pretty smooth before, but just to smooth out some of those edges, if you're cutting and it's not quite as smooth as you'd like it to be, you can take your emery board and just kind of smooth that out so it's nice and smooth and get out some of those little imperfections. And we'll probably use that again. So right now we're going to put the wagon part together. So we're going to pull off these long strips right here, and we're going to put half and half on our little seam here. Get this edge lined up. There we go. And on the other side. Whoops. Okay, sticky little thing. Okay, now we'll get this side stuck together. Make sure it's somewhat straight. There we go. And now it's going to bend up like that. So you can see our little wheelbarrow forming. So we're going to put another piece on this side. And this, of course, was the top of the box, but it's going to be the underside of our wagon, or wheelbarrow. Okay, so we want to bend that. Let's get that stuck down halfway on first. We'll get that like this, and now we'll bend it over. Get a good angle on it here. Here we go. All right, now our wheelbarrow is starting to form here. I love it. Now we'll get the other long piece for the other side. Get that lined up. Half on. There we go. Oh. Get that straightened out. There we go. I'll fold that over. Put that down. And you could even take your bone folder and really burnish that on there so it's not cowling anywhere. There we go. All those edges stuck down really well. Okay, so now this is the front like this. So we're going to take another short piece, which is this one. And we'll put half on here, and then put the other half in here. Again, take your little bone folder Now we'll want to fold that piece up and get the other long piece here. Now we'll do this side. There we go. What a fun little bonus project. I just love paper pumpkin, don't you? Okay, now we're going to take our little pieces here for our edges. Okay. There we go. How cute. Cute, cute, cute little wheelbarrow. Okay, we'll get that other side. Oops. Straighten that out a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's get that burnished on there. Okay, so now we're going to put a couple pieces along that inside, and we're going to kind of fold those, help get that started, and we can just stick that right in side. Use your bone folder. Get the other one. Fold it first, and then we'll stick that in this side. There we go. Use your bone folder. Oh, that's really good. Here's our little wheelbarrow. Okay, so now we don't have the taping to go along here. That would be really a challenge to try to do that on a curved surface. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did around the wheel. So I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'm just going to color the top of this. I'll be right back. Okay, I have colored, I've taken my Sharpie and I've colored the very edge all the way around my little wheelbarrow. I think it looks much nicer, a little cleaner. I'm going to do the same thing with this, but first, and I did do the edges of this as well, but I did take my emery board and I'm just going to smooth out all of these little kind of jagged parts from when I cut this out. It's not too bad, but I think I'll clean both of these up, and I'm going to use my Sharpie around the edges of this as well, and be right back. Okay, now I have colored around the edges of both of these. I did not bother completely doing the tops because this is going to glue on top of it anyway. So we've got most of these pieces all ready to go, and this little piece right here is what we're going to use as our brace right here. So I've got a little bit of that tear tape, so we're going to glue that right here next to the handle, and the same thing on the other side. Get this situated here, going the right way. Get that right there on the edge. Okay, so now it's starting to look like a wheelbarrow. Now we're going to have some of this little tape here to wrap around to make sure that that's not going to go anywhere. There we go. And I think I'm just going to wrap that around one more time and then snip that here. And then do the same thing to the other side. There we go, get that wrapped around. And then we'll snip that off. Here we go. Now we're starting to look like a little wheelbarrow. Okay, now we need to put on our wheel. So we're going to take, you can use glue, you could use hot glue. I think I'm just going to use some tear tape on the inside. Maybe I'll even fold that over a little bit. Get a couple pieces or thicknesses. Now of course it wants to stick to my finger. Okay, we'll get some of that right on the edge, right on the end, on both sides. If I could get it off my finger. Alright, there we go. Hot glue probably would have been better, but I don't have mine handy. Okay. I think I want just a little bit more. Just fold that over. Do a little more to the other side. We don't want our wheel to fall off. You can also put this together with a brad if you want your wheel to move. Punch a hole through all three of these layers. Okay, but we're just going to glue the wheel on. That's the middle of our wheel. Get that stuck down really well. Okay, we are almost done. That looks pretty great, I think. So we're going to take some of our Tombow liquid glue. And we're going to put some glue here. Again, you could use some hot glue, which would probably go a little bit quicker, or dry a little bit quicker. Okay, get all that on there, and then we can put our wheelbarrow on the center of that. Here we go. And there's our cute little wheelbarrow. To finish it off, we're going to put some of that little bit of tissue paper that came in the box, and you can add your cute little pumpkins as a little decoration. I don't want to, maybe I have too much. How about we just tear some of that? I know I'm so loud. There we go. Now we've got some room for our pumpkins. And put our cute little pumpkins in here, and there is your super cute little wheelbarrow. I love it. Thanks so much for watching with me today. I hope you enjoyed these projects, and the bonus wheelbarrow is amazing. I love the alternatives. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.